Okay, no, I get it. Like, I totally get it. The whole Hope thing, I think I totally understand it.
Hold up.
Why the fuck? Hold on.
So confusion or
Okay,
confusion?
why the fuck was Landon not even introduced and it's supposed to be him in Sailor's episode?
Because they want it to be a surprise.
Honestly, I'm not even thinking about that. I love Landon with all my heart, but this episode, I need answers. Guys, I had to get the tissues. I actually fucking cried like 3 times. Like full on blood tears. Landon's trending?
That you are
Hello.
so right. We win even when we lose.
I'm literally here just for the fun and giggles because I literally didn't watch the episode. I just saw the spoilers on timeline, but I didn't
Okay,
want to
you
look
know enough.
another. I'll be here and bring up Handon breakdowns from now and then.
I don't even know what the fuck happened.
If you guys don't know, imagine me. Like there's a timeline was like her marriage is back. Oh no, it's off. It's back. It's off. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Close.
Hey, Bit. All of the above, because who the fuck knows?
Right?
No, but
Like,
I understand.
The trailer.
Of course you do.
And then I go on Twitter, everybody's like, no, bitch, it's off. And I'm like,
Eat my ice cream sandwich. I'm seeing it as they switched bodies, but instead of No Humanity Hope being haunted by Humanity Hope, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I think Humanity Hope is stronger right now, but probably No Humanity Hope is coming back.
Don't you remember when we started the season 3 theories? We had said more than likely that No Humanity Hope will last the entire season. And it's obvious that's why they're keeping Landon away, is because they're not going to have this
So
story.
your picture, Robyn, that's No Humanity Hope.
See, okay.
yeah.
Yes and no.
At this point, you just gotta tell us now.
I love this episode, so
It should have been the whole episode, I agree.
Yeah.
And they
It
weren't
should
even
be
really
just a Mikaelson one.
like the talk should have been more than just the Klaus and the damn burial.
Although, I am quite happy with the Lizzie, Jen, Aurora scenes, so... Because, like, what the fuck did he get out of that other than shaving his beard? Anyways.
It just got uglier.
We got 2 Landon mentions, both from Hope. Hope still talking about Star Wars. She's so fucking annoying.
my dead boyfriend.
Right.
Dead boyfriend.
That's embarrassing though. Like,
Can we talk about though, like Danielle or Hope fighting herself, which is like
I know
we are dedicating a whole fucking segment of this podcast to that moment.
She ate fucking down. Danielle, you put your into this.
Can we talk about how Nate only had like 2 lines? Sorry.
As he should, like
He
every time he opens his mouth, just something
So guys,
awful
when I
comes
saw
out
the
of
little
it.
toy, we'll talk about it later, I know, but the little toy on the thing, I fucking broke out into tears, I tell you. So we're thinking of that, are we saying that Hope turned it on herself?
It's
Or do you
not,
think it was...
it's not actually fully on. It's not on.
Like we're literally gonna have Handon, and we're gonna get Hope.
Handon
having
kids. We're gonna Handon kids. How do we feel?
Like
Lord?
I have been
Handon
waiting for
whores.
this moment my
Handon
whole life.
whores.
Get into the episode.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is gonna be fun. Me trying to understand.
Okay.
it's gonna be like, yes, I agree, yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Iz.
Hey guys, it's Naj.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hi guys, it's Vit.
And today we're here with season 4, episode 15 review discussion of Legacies. This was the upcoming and highly anticipated Mikaelson reunion, which happened for like 2 minutes. Anyways, I ate that up. I ate it up. I was crying. The fact that we barely got Elijah mentioned, I'm kind of shocked that y'all only filmed Klaus's ashes. Where the fuck was Elijah?
Why was there not 2
Where was Elijah's? Where's Elijah's
If
ass?
they could do that for Klaus's, why couldn't they do that for Haley's?
Or Elijah's?
Or
Like,
Elijah's.
and I understand when people be like, damn, like, where's the Haley? Like,
Haley's is struggling to breathe under the ocean.
They
that's
did
all.
have a funeral for Haley though, so
yeah, like, but like, dead ass
yes,
Bitch.
I know is. I'm ignoring that.
is, yeah, I'm gonna go on my day. But like, where's Elijah's ashes? I know them ashes, him and Klaus definitely got intertwined. It had
Yeah, they're bonding even beyond the grave.
They're hanging out together forever in the urn.
this bitch.
They're following closer.
Okay, but when she first woke up on that bench, and then she
She looks
said,
so
"What
pretty.
memory?" She said, "Come out, mini me. What memory is this?" That was my fucking story, okay? Because remember, I wrote that story, "Are We Worthy?" where she literally sees memories, and it's her little her guiding her through memories. I'm sorry, but that was. I feel like that was directed for me.
Like, I don't like.
Brett's your biggest fan. You already knew that because he wrote
That was
this
a
episode.
shout out. That was a shout out. Come on now.
Like for me personally, for a second, I was about to say this shit better be a therapy box because she was laying down on the bench, and I was like, "There's no way that Rebecca got her just sitting on this damn bench, just waiting for her." So I mean,
Okay, but the fact that they had, so first off, okay, it was Vincent or Rebecca on the phone. Pretty sure it was Rebecca, right? Because she said she was talking to Alaric. But MG would have been the one because they needed someone at the school to do that spell on the floor for Hope in order to trap her in, like, or to make her astral project, right? And so that's how MG came in. But the fact that they had Vincent doing that in order to actually bring her to New Orleans. Okay, second, what did everyone think the funeral was for? Or were they just like, hey, time to party because we're New Orleans?
yeah,
Probably
like
that.
yeah, like that's why I was like, there's no way that everybody just like got up for some Klaus. And the fact that it took like 3 years for you to find every fucking ass.
I mean,
I'm supposed
They
to
were collecting
I'm supposed to
Nash.
believe- I'm supposed to believe-
Hope calling out them, like Hope calling them out for not visiting her or anything.
Yeah.
That was
No,
Like,
like,
we've been saying
I'm
that.
supposed
We've
to
been
believe
saying
that.
that,
I'm supposed to believe in 3 years. Hope they just was out here collecting ashes. Freya saw her in season 2 and never even told her anything.
But the fact that
Rebecca sat here and said that Nick Klaus would be sad of where she's at and didn't mention the ashes there. Like y'all just didn't.
Hope going. Is that why you didn't bring the little one or whatever she said?
Like,
that's Nick. Yeah, but them. Okay, but her calling out Freya for killing her, calling out Rebecca for never visiting, like
Yeah, she
Hope was
should.
savage on her family, which exactly, yeah, she should, because like they weren't visiting, and that was something that people had been saying for ages. Like, where the fuck are the Mikaelsons? Now it's difficult, obviously, because it's a TV show and they're not the main characters, but like it's
I love that
nice
Alexis
too.
is self-conscious about
Yeah.
the stuff they do.
Yeah, they are. They are very self-conscious. Like they think about those things. They look, and Brett wrote this episode by himself, so he's listening, because people have been saying that. People have been making comments about that. I'm pretty sure we fucking said it in the podcast a few times.
Yeah, we talked about how even when Freya and them had especially with Freya, when she had her guest appearances, I was supposed to believe that she left for a milkshake.
I asked Riley today in the live. I said, so Freya went to get a milkshake while Hope was dying. What flavor did she get, and was it good? She never answered me.
Yeah, because I don't understand the fact that there's no way that it took you 3 years to find ashes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And not even I understand you did Elijah and that, but you mean tell me you think that she don't care about Elijah either?
Okay, they putting the necklaces on the urn was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Second, Freya and Rebecca mentioning a family to Hope and a baby and that whole fucking foreshadow parallel fucking, oh my.
No, because what's crazy
It's the Handon kids.
It's crazy because it's been people acting like, why is Rebecca mentioning it? I'm just like, Alaric mentioned it to Hope literally like earlier, like when you talking about, he mentioned it to her before.
Second time they brought up.
She mentioned it in the original. She was like, when she was talking to Robyn, she's like, my kid's grandmother.
Yeah.
This is the second time they have brought it up in 2 seasons, because the last one was in season 3. But the second time they brought it up, which means it's obviously because they don't bring things up they're not going to touch on later. Like, they parallel things and they foreshadow things, and this is definitely fucking foreshadowing. This is like,
oh my
Handon
god,
endgame with Handon kid, like, fucking spin-off with demigod / tribrid, like,
if we get
No,
another
because
spin-off,
if you're right, and Landon has something to do with being a god, and then he and Hope have a kid, this kid's gonna be so damn powerful.
Well, because but I was saying today is that Ben was in Malivore when Salo was in Malivore. Malivore wanted to create the perfect vessel that couldn't die and was all powerful. Not to mention Ben was immune to magic. So it just and Landon has no magic in his blood, like, whatsoever. I remember Emma said even humans have some sort of percentage of magic in their blood. It's just so connected. Like, it's just, there's no fucking way that, and Ben saying only a god can kill a god. Well, Ben's not going to do it. He wants the boon. Jen's not going to do it because she's a pacifist.
Yeah.
And so who the fuck is going to do it? It can't be Hope because she's not a god. So they need someone who's not bound. Besides, Ben and Jen are both bound to Ken's rules. That's so weird that they all match. But they're all bound to the rules where they cannot attack their father. So who can? Someone who's not bound to the rules. Like a child who was born from Ben's DNA. We don't know what Landon is.
We don't.
besides not living.
Okay, for now, but I have a feeling that's, okay, we know the reason is obviously because they're doing this No Humanity Hope storyline, and they can't do it if Landon's alive, right? That's the only reason. We know that. I'm back on my glass half full train. I know something good is coming for Landon. We just have to suffer.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, and there's still limbo 417.
But we do know that we are getting Handon scenes together.
Yes.
We know from the trailer. So it's coming. My picture is proof.
We just have to have a little patience.
And the in that picture, in the promo for next episode, she's wearing the same thing that she's wearing in that picture.
So I saw Terry on Twitter like that she gonna fight the god and he gonna kill her somehow, and we're gonna see her in limbo by 17.
I thought I could escape limbo. Hope is coming in there too.
We did want Handon together. We just assumed it would be in the real
the
world.
Place.
Okay,
They're really taking the to death do us part.
Okay, yes. Okay. Before so if we stand together, we win. That's the only way they're gonna defeat the gods. Anyways,
Till death do us part.
Before we get into the Hope stuff, because that's gonna be a lot, let's talk about the other parts of this episode.
There's other parts?
Yes, I know. Okay, let's talk about the thing that we least enjoyed, which is the Cleo stuff.
Who?
What'd you say?
So
we don't want to talk about that first scene because that's
who?
No, we're ignoring the pancake scene. But
we're talking about Cleo and Caleb?
Yes. So
yes, the ship name is the same thing as
Cleo, yeah. Let's talk more about
that was Cleo.
It's Cleo or
Cleo or whatever.
So let's talk more about Cleo's
power. Is she a psychic witch now? I'm psychic muse now?
Okay, I think she's a seer.
A seer now. So Maybelle gave her a boost per se?
Wait,
or she unlocked
has anybody seen the Magicians?
Yeah, I mean, I stopped at a certain season, so you might have to
Wasn't there one guy in there or whatever that had like the ability to see like the future or whatever?
I don't know.
Okay,
That's
but
the main character then. It makes him make that guy.
okay, hear me out though. Cleo is a muse, obviously. She is based out of Greek mythology. You know, that's kind of like what her character is based on, right? Even though like technically she's like the seventh daughter of the whatever seventh son or whatever it is. But what if because they're going in this Greek mythology timeline, she's a fate. Fates are seers. Now, normally you would need 3 because it's the sisters. But
she did have sisters.
What if Mavis was one of them? Because Mavis is also a seer. And if they're going Greek mythology, the fates have the ability to see past, present, and future. So it maybe, or in this case, maybe they're changing it a little bit and they're making it as only one can exist in a timeline. And May gave her power to Cleo because she was the next one to take it as a seer.
Well,
I don't.
the thing is, Robyn is very passionate about her mythology stuff.
And
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride. Like I feel like at some point, I'm just not even optimistic. More so, I'm just wondering if Maybelle gave Cleo a boost because did Cleo get her muse back because her muse, eyes did flicker. But
well, I think her power's always been there. But remember how Vardamus said, when there's pain, it's usually because something is changing, not because something is gone. Yeah. So I think it was that somehow, some way, Aurora doing what she did by knocking over her inspiration was almost because Cleo had been trapped inside that box for so long, right? Yeah. And so it was almost like she trapped her inspiration in that box as well. It was like Pandora's box. And in a sense, Aurora opened Pandora's box, therefore releasing all of the potential that Cleo had. And so when she was feeling the pain, it was because she was physically and mentally changing or embracing almost her powers but it was too much for her. And so she just needed that little kick or that little power boost, almost like an electric charge, in order for her to be able to activate it. You know what I mean? Because a seer is someone who's able to see what the future holds through supernatural insight. And the fact that Cleo could inspire people and kind of see what the outcome of that would be, or have them it was almost like a prediction of what they could do through inspiration. So she's always had that power in her. That's why she was so powerful to Malivore too, why she was so valuable to him. Because, I mean, if he ate all those monsters, he probably realized the potential in her too. Otherwise, why would he go searching for a muse in the first place?
I guess in that degree. But the thing is that what Cleo said on the couch about the school being in rubble, that's kind of reflecting that TikTok we saw a month ago now, I guess, about how the school gates were bent.
Yes.
And it was as hole in the floor. So
that's probably her vision.
Yeah, so that means that it happened.
Okay, so Naj, you'll get this. Think of Cleo as Alice, right?
Okay.
And Malivore or whoever is like Aro. And he wants Alice or Cleo in order to be able to, because he puts all powerful people around him, right?
Yeah.
So having Alice would be valuable on his team. So that's kind of like where because Malivore is still ultimately the big bad, because even the gods were afraid of him. So he's still relevant in this timeline. So I have a feeling that even the gods will probably have or want Cleo on their side or alive, because
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense though, because with like Aurora, I mean not Aurora, with Arrow, he wanted the powerful around them to predict and prevent any future wars and outcomes of rebellion.
It's like knowing your opponent's move before they make it.
And we're on Jen saying that with Ken, he just wanted, he always wanted to have even like he wanted weapons for war, and he wanted the way to know. Like, and I guess if Cleo's with him, she can predict things for him, so he can be prepared for anything.
And it's exactly wasn't it Aurora who said it's a chess game, not a checkers match or something like that?
Yeah, and we got to be a step ahead.
Which is funny because she wasn't part of that whole game of the last episode where they literally played a game of chess. So again, with the chess references, hello.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
I literally pointed that out.
And Landon has a chess piece on his arm, and they're referencing chess matches and stuff according to the gods. Are the dots not fucking connecting? Like... Anyways, so yes, like Ben could use Cleo's visions as a way in order to defeat his father without actually defeating his father, because he gave the super squad the ability and the hope in order to defeat his father. So he's almost using them as his pawns.
So for Ben, do you think, even though he betrayed Aurora and Lizzie, he's not doing it, he's doing it to defeat his father?
Yes, because no, he wants the boon because he wants his father to release the curse. But he's also preparing for if his father will not give him the boon, because technically he's not the one that defeated Malivore. But again, if you think about in chess references, the super squad are Ben's pawns. You send out your pawns first in order to take the king. You send out your pawns, and then you use your more powerful pieces to try to take the king. So you would have your pawns, which would be like MG and Caleb and that. Cleo, Hope, Lizzie, they would all be back. They would all be like your more powerful players, right? But Ben basically set them up in a way where he's not part of the fight, so he doesn't seem like he's, like he seems like he's helping. But in the end, he's actually standing back and letting his pieces play on the chessboard. Does any of that make sense?
No. I mean,
their brains just...
No, because I don't know why, like, for Ben thing is, I don't know why they expect us to be sad that Ben did it. Now, yes, I know he's taking the gods. But like Lizzie's and Aurora's plan is kind of dumb. Like they both just think like even Ben was going to like laugh at it for a second, because you just think that you're going to wake up a fucking god who's probably going to be angry because they've been locked up and betrayed by their own family, to just be alive again, to listen to some random stranger's conquest. And Aurora, if you're bitching about trusting a god, why do you think they would trust you to do what you asked them to do? They don't even know you. Like you gonna wake up a guy and be like, hey, I know you just got out the casket. Can you go back in time? So like this fucking God thing is stupid. It's just so stupid. This time thing is dumb. So like I don't know why people expected me to like. I mean, I understand Ben took the gods. Yeah, I don't want him to bring the gods. But like, fuck Aurora.
Okay. Going back to Cleo for a second, you know what I found also really interesting is that when May, before she took Cleo's hands, or like gave her the tea or whatever, she mentioned Cleo's aura. And seers can see auras. And now auras, you know what auras are, right? They're basically like ways to tell how a person is feeling, or like what their emotions are and stuff like that. So it's almost like an empath as well, in a sense. So that would also be like having Cleo be an empath / seer is, I don't know, actually really cool, but auras also reveal intentions. So if Cleo is unlocking this gift, she'll be able to see the auras of people, which means that she might be able to see the aura of Ben and know that his intentions aren't pure.
But see, Zane's tweet has me thinking, maybe he is really doing this for Jed. Because he also said in the article that Ben knew that Ben fell in love with Jed like in an instant.
Yeah, like I don't understand. And plus, with the picture that we saw on set, he's not attacking Ben. He's not attacking Jed. He's attacking MG and Caleb.
Wait. That is a point. What if he wants invincibility for Jed because Asher died and he can't lose Jed the same way?
Yeah, or
So
he's
his
protecting
boon-
because
His
he's too
boon,
cursed.
yeah, his boon would be immortality for Jed. Because Jed could still die, right? But it's
plus
to turn him into a hybrid, though.
Yeah, and plus he had that scare where he almost thought he was going to lose Ben.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then plus he witnessed probably Ben dying in that scenario thing last episode several times. He's probably like, no.
Okay.
And I think if Wade told MG that 2 people were going to die, obviously Ben had to find out that 2 people were going to die, and maybe he's taking precautions.
I want to know if, okay, like I'm still stuck on this like Cleo thing too. If she, okay, Anaj, again, you'll understand this reference. I'm pretty sure Vit will too. Wait, you're gonna watch Buffy? Yeah. Okay, so do you remember when Faith took over Buffy's body?
Yeah.
And she went to the club?
Yeah.
And Tara said that her aura was strangled, like it was rippled.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if, in a way, Cleo will see that about Hope, because Hope is divided right now.
Yeah, I mean, since Cleo has this new insider magic, you can come back if you did.
I don't think she saw you. Maybe until she looks up.
Okay, yeah, I was saying that since Cleo got this new boost of magic in his case, that can and if she's replicating basically what Maybell has, then she can see the aurora around Hope. But the thing is that I'm wondering, I don't know. I mean, maybe she can see it. I mean, I feel like I don't know, because like based off the timeline that we're seeing where Hope is and Hope being in limbo and not, I don't really know like what Hope she'll see for the aura type of scenario.
So,
but
fun fact: seers can see things that are hidden from everybody, right? But there's another name for them.
What?
There's oracles.
A key?
It's a spoiler. But Not understands. And Vic understands, and I know Cleo will understand. Did I or did I not make a reference to the fucking oracles?
Yes. You did. And like I swear to God, if this happens.
No, but I don't want that circumstance.
And in that episode, time was also talked about and reversed.
It's just no.
And they keep mentioning Kronos.
If we're basing that off of that, who's going to be it? Is that going to be like Lizzie and Aurora? Because it better not be Handon.
It better not be Handon, exactly.
I swear to God, I'm going to fucking.
I went to there once. I can't do it twice.
I can't do it twice.
So I don't think it'll end up exactly the same way. I do think the Handon will have their happy ending, but
with the kid.
Yes, with the kid.
Thank you. Important.
Not the why the fuck would they mention? They better give it to us now because there's no fucking.
No, but anyways, okay. So I'm gonna like fangirl over the whole seer thing with Pia later, I'm sure. But But again, Greek mythology, the fact that Cleo is a seer is absolutely fucking amazing, and I am so here for her story.
Yeah, I'm happy that they didn't rush it either. Like now she's getting like this boost. Now she's getting, you know, more so exposure on her own storyline of her power. So that can be so many things. I wonder if we're gonna do new spells and learn about that. To be honest, I enjoyed Caleb and Cleo little scenes this episode. I kind of like that we were outside of the school. This whole episode we were barely in the school unless it was for Alaric, which could easily got cut out. But seeing, you know, and learning more about Caleb's background and seeing him, first of all, his hair looked amazing. Love to see it. And
yeah, it did.
Yeah, I loved it. And I also love to see that we're learning about more witches. Like, it kind of gave me the original kind of feel when we learned about witches around town instead of relying on the ones that we already know.
I mean, Cleo or Amino is absolutely fucking stunning. Like,
so that blouse, fucking amazing. So, like, yeah. It was amazing though. Like, it was like, that was one of the best scenes. Like, the fact that they were like in there and then they were holding hands and then everything starts shaking and then the burst of like the muse yellow, it was fucking iconic. So
okay, we got Caleb saying baby to Cleo, but can we get Landon saying to
Hope,
please?
I mean,
please,
Cleo
please.
is getting like all of the Handon scenes.
But we didn't even get a baby.
No,
like,
but I mean the pancakes and like, you know, this is what we need. We need Hope taking Landon to New Orleans.
Yes.
But anyways, I don't want to talk about this, but I feel like the special effects for Legacies should be talked about because it was actually pretty good, is with Alaric and how they did.
Can we talk about, but that scene, like, it was weird, don't get me wrong, but like, what did they do to his face?
But didn't it look like it
didn't even look like, it looked like Matt, but it didn't look like Matt.
Yeah, but
that
like
makes sense.
It was.
Yeah, it looked like it tried to make it seem like how it looked later when he actually did shave his face, but I think they didn't want to shave his face because he was still doing the back-to-back scene. So they did that thing where they did with Henry Cavill as Superman, where they
wanted him to look younger.
Yeah, so they did some aging stuff on his face.
Yeah.
To give him like
the
Vampire Diaries type of appearance.
But that's not an easy feat to do. And I mean, Legacies,
especially with Matt.
Yeah, especially with Matt. Legacies I think they did a really good job at it because like for the most part, it was pretty convincing that actually was like the vampire hunter back from like the Vampire Diaries. And like the way that he was talking was very much like Alaric from that time. Or like the Alaric in Lizzie's therapy box, or the Uncle whatever, the twin or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the fact that he was a vampire hunter, and that was how he kind of feel but like him saying that he would have killed Lizzie, like, I mean, it does show you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still hate Alaric, but it does show you the growth between those days and these days, even though, you know, there's I hate to give him praise, but like there was a clear difference basically. And I surprisingly actually didn't mind that scene just because, and that's less on the Alaric side, less on the Matt side, but like more on Legacies, like special effects side.
Yeah,
like,
I mean the scene wasn't bad. Like the one scene that I kind of didn't. Okay, the scene that I didn't want to see was Alaric on the floor. Like that pretty much was it. But the thing is that I mean I'm understanding like him trying to process things, but like one thing I'm confused about is what fucking super squad is MG talking about? Because 89% of them is outside right now. So you talking to Jed,
Finch, Wade,
and Wade. Like there's 3 people, and some of those people weren't even here. Y'all couldn't even defeat Hope. Y'all think y'all could be ready for a fucking war?
Is Vardamus part of the squad now too?
Like what? Like
okay, see, I don't hate Vardamus.
I don't hate Vardamus either.
Fucking hilarious.
I think no, but honestly, Vardamus is the headmaster that school deserves.
He's the headmaster, but he got to fight me too, because this man sat here and put these kids in a therapy box, thinking that that's going to help them with a dark Josie, and then also sat here and conveniently made a probability box after we sat here and needed that for Malivore.
Okay, but we know that the therapy box is going to come into play again because Vardamus fixed it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have fixed it.
Season 4 of Legacies, Theraboxies. That's what it is.
I mean, the therapy box brought me my horror movie, so... And Cowgirl Hope.
I don't even know what the therapy box means anymore. I thought it was basically your subconscious, but for some reason, now it's teaching bitches how to kill people with knowledge that they would never know. So, I mean, at this point, it's a therapy box, an info dump.
They have to have like a million different settings for it because like it's got to be like, okay, this is where you're going to get like a huge breakthrough in your head, or
this is a therapy box.
Like, well, no, because like when Cleo used it, when they were using it to try to defeat Hope, but really it kind of was working because it was Cleo who was using it, and in the end she was seeking the answer that she needed for that tree. So in a sense, it was still kind of a therapy box for her. It's just it was a dual sort of like they're going in to fight Hope. So the settings were still changed though somehow because they were all conscious of what they were doing, right, in the therapy box. But anyways, that the episode wasn't really about the therapy box anyways. Let's go Lizzie, Aurora, Jen, and Ben. The Lizzie and Aurora friendship, I'm actually really enjoying. Like, I know it's not like it's 50-50 with that, I know.
I just don't care about Aurora because like people sat here and made it seem like Aurora was just going to forget things that Hope did, and that I'm supposed to sit here and believe that Lizzie would just think that Aurora would just forget everything that Hope did to her. And the knowing that and just waiting on the fact that Aurora is going to betray Lizzie is sick because Lizzie thinks that Aurora is just going to do this for time, just to go back in time for her brother. But in reality, Aurora's going to double cross her and go ahead and try to kill Hope in the process, which means that Lizzie's going to either have to go through.
Lizzie would die anyways because I'm
like
with the Sire line,
her or helping fight protect Hope. Like this is why I don't care about Aurora. I just don't care. Like
I don't care about Aurora. I
just don't care.
I don't care about Aurora, but I like the Lizzie Aurora friendship. It was like I don't like Josie, but I liked Finch and Josie too. You know what I mean?
Lizzie makes Aurora very bearable, but the scenes that I did enjoy.
Yes, that's what it is. But they basically replaced one tiny redhead with another one.
Aurora is just a replacement at this point, but Jen and Lizzie.
Okay, Jen and Lizzie though.
No, like guys.
The chemistry between the two of them, that came out like for me. That was surprising.
Like, what did she say? She like looked over at Lizzie. She's like, "Do you want to maybe like whatever she? What did she say?" I was like,
"Was it like get a coffee and?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you going like
and something to smoke?" Oh, she was fucking giving her hard eyes.
Yeah, she was girl. She
was hard eyes. She was the way she was looking at Lizzie. There's no fucking way. And Lizzie planned out this whole fucking date, monster trucks, horses. What was she gonna get out of that, quite honestly?
Right, like I low-key thought that Ben was gonna be there or something and get her there. Lizzie was just doing this because was she trying to sweet talk her to get some tea? Like
just trying to get a smooch.
Yeah, but
hey guys, wait, I just thought something. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm sorry, but my brain is like, okay, if Ben is waking up Ken, right? Do you think he knows there's somebody out there who can defeat him?
Ken?
I guess so. He
Yeah, if there's like a way he knows, like Ben knows that there's somebody out there that they can defeat him.
Maybe he can feel it. Maybe he's
aware. That leads to him, and maybe he's aware and Landon have a connection.
Maybe he's aware that Malivore took his DNA.
Like, I just, now that it's in my mind, I need fucking demigod Landon because that shit's not.
But was Ben listening to their entire conversation? To Lizzie and Aurora's entire conversation?
He had to be because he woke up once they were talking about dissecting him up. He heard everything.
What went through Lizzie's mind to say, hey, I should go ask Jen out on a date?
Right, no, but the thing is that
I know, other than...
The thing is that he said that I'm the only one that knows Jen more than, anyone. But I'm like, how would that?
Lizzie didn't have to use that information.
Yeah, because like,
take her out on a date.
I mean, unless their plan was for Lizzie to distract Jen as much as possible, so Aurora can go in and open up the said things. So like so I guess the plan was Aurora goes in, opens up the sarcophagus, while Ben is locked up, so he can't go in their way, and then Lizzie goes ahead and distracts Jen from going back to the place.
But wasn't it Jen who said that Cronus wasn't in the thingy and not Ben? Ben had said Cronus was in the sarcophagus?
Yeah, Ben said he was.
And Jen is the one that said he wasn't.
Yeah, that's after. But wait. Did Jen tell them after?
Oh yeah, she told them after. So yeah, that still could have been a distraction.
Yeah, I feel like Lizzie was probably distracting Jenny
just to get her out of the shop or whatever.
Yeah. So it was her distracting Jen from going back to the shop while Aurora opens up or try to figure out which one has Chronos.
Okay, but Lizzie went back to Jen's place afterwards, and they were still hard eyes.
No, wait, yeah, because the fact that Jen was like, "Do you want a veggie or meat?" Like Rita, like, girl, trying to feed her. Or dirt?
No, when they went to the school and she looked at Jen, she's like, okay, can we go? Or whatever she said. I was like, you can go.
Okay. First of all, they ate. They took the episode away besides Danielle. Like, wait, like, because I was like, she's offering her food after after Lizzie kind of was like distracting her, and Jen pulled out a steak on her, like. Did they at least feed the apples to the horses? I know they didn't leave them fucking apples outside the cage, though. Like, please tell me I fed
There is no way anyone after this episode can question Lizzie's sexuality.
Yeah, no. And what's funny is that the same people that said Lizzie was straight were the same ones saying, "Oh my God, Lizzie and Jen kiss."
It makes no sense.
Collecting them screenshots.
It's because they don't want Hope to be gay. For Hope, they want Lizzie to be gay for the people.
It's Lizzie's straight. And then now is with her and Jen. It's oh my God, so gay, kids. Yeah, stop invalidating Lizzie's sexuality. Thank you. Anyways, no, but seriously, these gods, they collecting, sis. They collected. There's no. I trust Ben. I trust Ben. I trust Ben. I'm sorry.
No gods are straight. There's
none.
Absolutely none of them. None of them.
Even Gore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, who's next on the topic? So I know Danielle probably went the last thing.
Yeah, Hope is the last. That's really.
We can do Hope and then we can talk about the trailer. If you want to.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. Okay. Before we get into the Hope versus Hope, because that's what I really want to talk about. Let's talk about obviously the Mikaelsons, because that's why we're here. That was the episode. Yeah. So when Hope first turned around and Rebecca walked out, and the fucking Mikaelsons are like the sisters are fucking smoking hot again. Claire, Riley, when I meet them in fucking December, when we meet them, I'm just be like, how are you? What the?
How are you so pretty?
Right?
Give me on.
I am getting that Mikaelson trio photo. I don't fucking
know it me. I will not be able to control myself, but I will say that.
That Mikaelson trio photo.
Will you be able to control yourself?
Fucking amazing.
Yes, guys. That's speaking of. If you want to get
a PPR.
Yes, if you want. If you want to get a Mikaelson trio photos, make sure you use Notch 10% to get 10% off your picture.
Get that promo. Promo.
Definitely, because once again, it costs like $170 something or $180 something, I believe. So if you want to, if you want to get some little price reduction, definitely hit me up.
At Gaia Gold Rush.
Yes.
Then I need y'all to send some positive energy so I can get my visa interview.
Lots of
fast
positive energy. Magic
Yes.
fingers.
No, Vic got this. Listen, we're one step closer, Vic. You got this. Like my miss Queen, we're getting here. We're getting here. I'm not playing with y'all.
The second I get my visa interview, that's done.
Yes. All right.
Prayers in the chat, guys. Positive.
Okay. So then Hope goes into Rousseau's, which is, I really wish it wasn't closed when we were there. We totally could have gone in. But, and sees Freya, and she does the whole "Hey Beautiful" thing again. And then I really wish Hope had called Freya out for the milkshake.
I mean,
Hope saying, you were the one that killed me. And then Freya's I was respecting your wishes.
Like Hope was gaslit, gasball, a queen ball.
It's so funny.
Like she really was pulling all the stops.
No,
she literally threatening her cousin of 4 years old.
Yeah, she did that. Said that's why you couldn't bring them. I'm like, why?
He's 4.
I'm like,
He's 4, Hope.
I'm like, miss.
That means they had that baby not that long after Klaus died.
Yeah.
And then her saying she named her son after him because he taught them the importance of family. But
thinking about the way that Klaus didn't accept her in the beginning.
The mention of her name, where it came from.
Yes.
I thought they were going to say, like, you are our family hope. I was waiting for that line. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And we didn't. Oh.
You are our only hope, which is a Star Wars reference too. Also, can we, okay. Hope saying her dead boyfriend with a fucking Star Wars reference.
Yeah.
She was talking about The Empire Strikes Back. She was talking about fucking Yoda and Luke Skywalker, and oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. And the fact that Rebecca wasn't even like afraid or like, not phased, like she wasn't even confused. So like, how does she know? Did Freya tell Rebecca that Hope had a boo?
Yeah, she wasn't confused. She was confused about the Star Wars part, but she wasn't confused about the dead boyfriend part.
Yeah, so like, either well,
The Landon mentions that we got though, like Landon wasn't even in the fucking episode and he was fucking trending.
Landon
always, every week he's trending.
And forever.
No, but oh my god, I fucking lost it. And then there was the baby mention right fucking after that, wasn't it? Like, right.
We're gonna get Hope and Landon with the kid on the series finale. Like, I'm telling you,
there's gonna be a time jump next season. We're getting that fucking renewal. I don't fucking care.
Okay, important question. Do you guys prefer a girl or a boy?
Boy. Sorry.
Girl.
Boy. Oh, I know you guys are girls, but I'm boy, 100%.
I'm also a boy.
No, it's a boy.
Robyn's always putting girls on her fanfics, and I'm like, where is my boy?
I always write girls.
Yeah. We getting twins.
No, but Alex wrote a boy for her one story that's not published, but it's fucking amazing. And she was gonna name him Lennon, and oh my god.
Oh yes, Landon. We're gonna get it, guys.
If you knew, you knew.
I have been
if you know,
talking,
you know. Leah,
I have been talking about this. I feel like we manifested this child.
Oh, we fucking manifested this child.
We did.
No, but
so many breakdowns.
Oh my god. Okay. So I was breaking down over that and having the 3 girls in the room at the same time. Like, they're all so beautiful, and like, I didn't even realize that both of them towered over Danielle that much though.
Yeah, no, until Hope got close to Rebecca, I was like,
oh, but see, the thing is, Claire's not that tall either. Like, I think
they were wearing heels. Both Ryan and Claire, I think, were wearing heels. I mean, so was Danielle probably, but okay.
I can't say anything because I'm the same height as her, but.
So then we go to Hope and Marcel with a little toy soldier and talking about the points.
I fucking bawled my eyes out. I kid you not. As soon as I saw the little soldier, I was like, "Oh, here we go! Here it comes!"
She tried to touch it. She tried to grab it. I wish that she had her little horse that Klaus had carved.
Okay, and Marcel's suit.
Marcel's suit was a magic suit.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, "Oh, that's not that suit, is it? Is it that suit? Was it the one he was wearing when he died?"
No, it can't be because that would have gone to dust, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'd look like
Do
it.
their clothes turn to dust too? I mean, in Buffy, that's how the vampires die. They die with their clothes
Yeah,
and
they
everything.
They die with the whole clothes set on, so they can't die naked.
They just burned up. I mean,
Well,
most
Landon died in the
vampires
same
just
place too. Sorry.
like turn gray, but like Klaus and Elijah completely went to ash.
Yeah.
So, and along with their clothes. So, but yes, I love the whole points talk. Like I love, and that's bringing it back to like Summer as Hope.
Yeah.
Right? Because didn't she mention that first, and then Danielle, when she was Hope, she's like, oh, that's like 10 points or whatever. Because it was like, was that after she didn't torture Roman? She was talking to Marcel about the points, or was it before that? I don't know. Anyways, it wasn't even season 5, but I think it was also mentioned when Summer was Hope as well, when she was like 7 or 8-year-old Hope or something like that. It's been a while since I watched that season though, so I could be wrong.
It has been a while, so.
But it's just, it was really cool to bring that in. Like that was a fun little callback to the originals. Now I know people who didn't watch the originals wouldn't understand the whole points thing, you know, but like that was a fun little Easter egg for those that did watch.
No, as soon
Also,
as I saw
Price
the
just tweeted something very interesting.
Who did?
Price.
Oh, what did he tweet?
He said, one of the hardest parts of being an ancient gay is you start to see that everything is a cycle and certain inevitabilities keep happening, and you do whatever it takes to prevent story from repeating, even the involves facing the threat head on.
So we were kind of right about Ben not wanting to
Jen to get hurt.
So, I mean, for me, I felt before I even saw the toy that Marcel was going to, like, either Marcel or Cole was going to bump her outside when she walked out the bar. But I don't know, I feel like this whole episode was surreal. Like, I just wanted more.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted more, and I just wanted more memories. Like, I just wanted more.
It felt like this episode should have been just the Mikaelsons and Hope.
It should have been just Mikaelsons and Hope, because it would have made more sense as to why Humanity Hope came, instead of just having that one moment, that one talk. You know, because most of the time, No Humanity Hope was succeeding and avoiding them. And then she didn't even earn like the points that she said that they were. Like, I thought they were dead serious about the points. And then they were like, you can leave whenever you want to. And then the fact that it was her getting stabbed for her to leave, like, and then the switcheroo was even more kind of just, so I don't know, but overall, I mean, I did enjoy the whole scene between Hope and No Humanity Hope. The fight scene was fucking iconic. Like the first punch, I was like, superhero Hope. Like I didn't even know who to root for. I didn't even know who to root for because both of them is Hope. So I'm just like, and then
that was like, Hope versus Hope fight was the best thing ever. Like I was like screaming. I was like, oh my god, we're really gonna get a Hope versus Hope.
Yeah, and I didn't even know who to root for. I'm like, obviously Hope, Humanity Hope more than anything, but I'm like, they're both the same person. And then No Humanity Hope talking about Landon. I'm just like, girl.
And so when that happened, she was no longer in New Orleans, but she wasn't back at home either, because Humanity Hope was like, and we're in your mind, which is why New Orleans is now quiet, because like there was literally nothing else.
Yeah, they were in a 406 area, wasn't they?
Yeah, like it was like it was. Yeah, she was stuck in her head.
She walked to that street when she was gonna fight Cleo and them in 406. So, but like the fact that she was like, I am my father's daughter, and it's what she always says, and it came back again. So, but once again, Danielle did a fucking amazing job. Like Danielle acting as two separate Hopes, and you can see it. And know just based on how they act and how they carry themselves, they're just so good. And then the fact that the CGI wasn't bad either, Mr. and Mrs. fucking CGI enthusiasts. Like that fight wasn't even bad. CGI was not bad at all.
No.
Like
because they all graphic designers
Now they
CGI
all
is
graphic
trash.
designers with fucking minors in technology now. Like, I didn't know y'all was out here degreeing in IST. Like, Jesus. So,
Annoying.
yes. Like, Danielle, she took the show completely. And I was just so hyped to see, like, the fight and stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Okay, so my theory, okay, are we ready to talk about the two hopes and like what happened? Obviously, because we're talking about their fight. So
Yeah.
like, do we want to talk about what we think happened or like what's going on with Hope?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So my theory is, okay, now I thought when she killed No Humanity Hope that, and it's in her mind, mind you, right? So my thought was that it was too easy. Like it was way too easy for her to get her humanity back. Like she's been fighting her humanity for so long. And then all of a sudden it was just like, okay, now her humanity's dead and humanity Hope is back, right? And like to me, it just felt like because Brett had said today, you know, it's a story we're only telling once, so it's not going to be, you know, an easy story. It's not gonna it's got to last or whatever because we're not going to go back here again. And so when she woke up and I saw the other Hope, I was like, okay, yeah, so that makes sense. So basically, Hope isn't Hope unless she has both halves, right? Because humanity Hope is only one side of Hope, and No Humanity Hope, and Humanity Hope had said, like, you're all of the other pieces of me, you're like a coping mechanism, right? So like they're two halves of one whole. You can't theoretically get rid of one because it's always going to be around, right? So by her defeating No Humanity Hope in her mind, all she really did was shifted her point of view in a sense. It's like you have a brain and you have your left brain and your right brain. And most people, I think, use the right brain. Like that's the more like, you know, I guess analytical or whatever. But the thing is you have two different sides of your brain that you use for two different reasons. There's like the more artistic side is like the left side, and the more like the learning and stuff is the right side. I think that's how it is. It might be reversed. Anyways, if you think about Hope as a brain and you have No Humanity Hope and Hope, one is left side, one is right side. You need both of them to fire properly. You need both of them to be together in order to be one, like in order to actually function. So all she did is they didn't switch bodies because they're in the same body. It was literally just her perspective changed or flicked, like it was like an off switch, like an on and off switch. So now she's in the on switch where before she was in the off switch, but it's like, it's not fully, like, they're not fully connected in a sense. Does that make sense? Like, she doesn't have her humanity back. She doesn't not have her humanity. She's kind of stuck, now get this, in limbo between the two. And she has to accept both sides of her in order to become who she actually is, become the actual Hope, because they're both Hope. It's not one or the other. It's not humanity Hope now and she's just seeing No Humanity Hope. It's literally two parts of her. And I don't think that she's in the real world. I think honestly she's still, like, I think that this is all still in her mind. So like the next episode where we see Hope, I think is Cleo's vision and not necessarily Hope herself. Because I still think she's in a spell.
That's definitely not Hope fighting gods.
I still think because Vincent put her in a spell, I still think she's in a spell. I think she woke up. It was like it's almost like a prison world or limbo, but I think she's kind of stuck in her own mind, and she's not going to come out of it until she basically makes up with herself.
Yeah, because Alaric indicated that like he was telling MG to like get everything prepared as if Hope was going to be out for a while. Yeah. So he made it seem for a while until she gets to sort it out, so they might as well get ready for the war.
Because if you think about it, okay, so if we go back to season 2, right? When Dark Josie was present, Josie herself was hiding inside her own mind. And in order for her, she struggled between the two sides of her. And it was Finch who basically told her that I'm going to love your dark side for you. It was Finch who allowed Josie to accept both sides of herself. But she had always had that struggle. There was always that part in her where she was struggling. So she wasn't fully Josie because she couldn't quite keep those two, like they were too separate. It was like when she used dark magic, Dark Josie would come out because she didn't know how to embrace that side of her. And it's basically how Hope can't embrace this side of her too. So it's kind of like a Malivore and Landon thing too. When Malivore taken over Landon's body, Landon was technically in Malivore's mind. They shared a mind, and Malivore was more powerful, but Landon could take over if Malivore released that power, which is what he did in 404. So it's like she's fighting this. If you think about 301, we always wanted to know why she was asleep, what she was thinking about in 301, right? I think this is a parallel to 301, except this time we're actually seeing what she's going through.
Makes sense.
I don't think she's awake.
At this point, I don't know.
She's basically two sides fighting for dominance.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's split, but once again, if they're split, how did she get the limbo?
Didn't I say that though? Didn't I say we were going to get a parallel for 301?
Yes, and it is, mute yourself again, or mute us for a second again. It goes back to the Buffy episode with the two Xanders, right? You have all of the good Xander and all of the quirky Xander. They're both Xander, and the only way they could become one was if they came back together. If you kill one side, you kill the other side. That was what they wanted to do with the Slayer, right? They wanted to take the Slayer part out of Buffy and have the human part of her. So if you think about it, with Hope, Humanity Hope is her human side, even though she's still supernatural, and No Humanity Hope is the monster side of her, the supernatural side. They're both Hope. You can't live without the other. She just doesn't realize that. She doesn't realize that she needs both sides of herself in order to be the real Hope Mikaelson. You can let Iz back in. But anyways, so like, I really do think that's what's happening. I don't think it's that Humanity Hope took over her body. I think that there's still, because in the next synopsis it says Hope continues her fight, which means to me she's not awake yet.
And the next episode is Landon.
And it could make sense why we see them together. Because if she's not awake yet, what if she is in limbo? Right? Because Alaric was in limbo in a coma. What if Hope was put into a coma so that she would go to limbo? Because Alaric was in a coma and he was in limbo, but his body was still alive. And they put people into comas to allow their brains and bodies to heal. What if that's part of the spell? So that's why Hope's in limbo, is because her body is alive, but her mind she's in a coma in order to give her time to heal.
I still think she doesn't want herself to wake up.
Well,
At
no,
this
because
point, I would just take Handon reunion, whatever is the case.
She doesn't want to wake up because, again, it's a 301 parallel. Well, she'd have to face that grief, and she doesn't want to face that grief. That's the whole reason she turned her humanity off in the first place. So she is not, she killed No Humanity Hope, but that didn't solve the problem because she's still not grieving. She's still not facing what it is because it's all going to come rushing back, right? And until she braces that other side of her, she's never going to.
There's no way she turns on humanity, didn't have a damn breakdown.
No, it was just too easy. Like, we had said that Hope's humanity is flickering, and Rebecca said that too. Your humanity is flickering, right? The Mikaelsons and Klaus's ashes. Oh, we didn't talk about that, but that is another almost tick against. It was like, it's okay. So Hope's humanity, or Hope whatever, is like a Jenga game, and the more blocks you put on, the shakier it gets, right? And so this is what's happening. Every time her humanity flickers, she's taking a block out and putting it on top. Eventually, it's all going to come crashing down. It's just, how many more blocks do they need to remove? They've removed quite a bit of them. Brett even said, people with connections have tried. There's one more connection we haven't tried, or they haven't tried.
Yeah, it is Landon.
And he's in limbo. And no one is telling him about, or telling her about him.
This all have to be intentional because it makes no sense.
It is intentional. It's definitely intentional. Let's go back for a second, because we didn't talk about Klaus's ashes on the Salvatore school grounds, did we?
No.
So what if Hope has, like, when Landon's back, she has the urn, and her and Landon have a little ceremony for her dad?
Literally gonna collapse.
I need that with my life.
And it's you, and the fact that Landon's like the only person she talked about her father in that school.
Yeah, and he's the one that's like, oh, you know, evil is relative. So he never saw Klaus as a monster either. And he's the one, like, he's obviously seen her letters, and he's the one that wrote Klaus in the play that made people realize that Klaus is the one that funded the school. You made people see him the way that I did. So if anything, she'd want to share that moment with him, because when she gets her necklaces back, that's when she's going to get Klaus's ashes as well.
If she do that, I'm gonna leave. Passing out. But yeah. So I bet that she said she wanted to keep it with her. She brought them tears so hard.
Does anyone else have anything to add about the Hope thing, or?
You know I'm not doing it. You know I don't have nothing.
I know people were really confused, and like, to me it made perfect sense. Like, I wasn't confused at all. It made perfect sense the way that they've done it to me. But
I don't. If anything, I'm more frustrated on the trailer for the next episode. So I don't even know what happened in that trailer.
Basically, I'm pretty sure the entire trailer was almost the entire trailer was Cleo's vision.
Yeah, Hope and Ken.
Yeah,
So
I think
there's nothing really to talk about with that. I mean,
I think even like Lizzie saying, "Oh, you can't face the gods on your own" and stuff like that. I think that's all part of Cleo's vision, because I think the next episode is Landon in limbo and basically Cleo's visions, and then MG, Caleb, and
which is basically another head dive base scenario, which is a continuation of the themes in this season. So
yeah, because they're all standing around with Jen and that, and you notice Hope's not there in that Super Squad meeting. Jen's there, but Hope's not there, and Lizzie's there. If Hope had,
I think this in what episode is it when Ben, Caleb, and
I think it's next episode, honestly.
Yeah,
but because Alaric sends Jed, Caleb, and MG out on a mission. But
wait, okay, so does that mean that Ben and Aurora work together, because Aurora asks Ken to kill the Tribrid unless they're trying to cut it, make it like she succeeded in that. So does that mean that he's going to work with Aurora?
Maybe. I mean, he has Aurora, so maybe he'll work.
And he already opened up one of the guys. I don't even know which one he opened up. He's going to open all three of them.
Aurora might be frightened by Ken though, and maybe she'll just she says, you know, kill the Tribrid, because I don't even know why.
I feel like Aurora would try to indicate that she was the one that destroyed Malivore,
Yeah.
and her favorite would have been kill the tribute. So.
But I think Lizzie at some point or someone will spill that it was actually Hope that killed Malivore.
Yeah.
Like someone somewhere will eventually say.
Yeah, I feel like they might. I feel like they might say it where Jenny's at. Where since Jenny's at the school, they probably will slip up, and she'll be like, "Oh well, Aurora might try to claim it for herself or something like that." So.
Yeah, but like if Hope was awake, she would have been part of that meeting, because she's part of the squad, or she's the leader of the squad. She is the squad, especially if it's about the gods. So like, yeah, I definitely don't think that she's awake. And I think that the whole thing is basically going to be either Landon in limbo with Sayla, unless we get the episode after, which I think it'll be this episode, this next one coming up, and then Cleo's visions.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do our MVPs?
MVPs and favorite scenes? Yes.
Yeah.
My MVP, I'm gonna have to go with just like the Mikaelsons, the family, because this was an episode that we've been waiting for, and I just feel like they all deserve everything. My favorite scene, honestly, is the Marcel and Hope scene, because that was the one that fucked me up the most. I don't know why, but I fucking cried my eyes out as soon as it came on. I was like, okay, here we go, it's coming. So yeah, I'm gonna say the Mikaelsons, and then that scene with Marcel and Hope.
The MVP for me was Rebecca, because once again, her and Alaric made it their duty to once again reach out to Vincent for the spell to make it all happen in the first place. And it is amazing that even though Hope told her to stay away, she still did. She basically got to get family all together to help get Hope humanity back. So she didn't ditch Hope. She still tried her best to get back to her niece, which is definitely amazing. My favorite scene that actually got me crying the most was the scene where Hope was saying where she'll put her dad's ashes at. That scene messed me up the most. So yeah.
My MVP this episode this might be a first. It's going to be Cleo, because she didn't do much in this episode, but I'm really excited for her storyline for this whole seer. I mean, obviously, Greek mythology nerd. I'm really, really excited for it. So Cleo unlocking this power, I think, is she's my MVP. My favorite scene though is Hope hugging herself after she when she was fighting herself, but then when she came in for a hug, and that whole conversation between the two of them, and how she's literally fighting her own mind. Like, I love the Hope versus Hope. I think that was so well done. Danielle did a phenomenal job once again, which isn't a surprise. And then the way that she just hugged herself was just so powerful without actually saying anything. The scene itself was just super powerful for me. And I guess Vic can't really do an MVP or
I can have it.
Because
or favorite scene.
Watch her Wi-Fi is acting weird again, guys. So she didn't fully watch. She's here because she loves us.
Yeah, I just here for the fun.
But
and
she
the
can get it
jiggles.
fixed before we get the Handon reunion. So
Yeah, because literally can't have this on meeting Danielle. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw myself out a window.
Please don't do
I
that.
went through the trauma for us already.
I literally called the internet at like 11 p.m. to get fixed because there is no way. No fucking way. It's the second time I don't watch Legacies live. We can't have that. Imagine if you get the Handon reunion and I'm not live.
Don't say that. Don't even manifest that. Take that away. Take it back.
I would take that away because I can do it.
Shoo.
And next week we don't have an episode, guys. Remember.
Well, okay. Legacies does not have an episode next week. Handon Weekly, however,
Of course we do.
does have an episode next week.
Are we gonna? No, we're not gonna say what it is. Okay.
There, we filmed it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
What? Wait. What?
Let's
I forgot
just
what
say-
it's about.
Let's just tease and say Hope or Landon.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I forgot what we filmed.
That was so funny because there literally just one answer.
The entire time.
We tried, guys. We tried.
We had a lot of fun trying, though.
It is a shorter episode, guys, but it's something for you guys to enjoy. I had fun filming it. It was a great time. Yeah. So be on the lookout for that Thursday. Don't know when, but I have to make a thumbnail.
Yeah, you do. Maybe.
Robyn has to consistently tell me to make a thumbnail, and I always forget.
Hey, I have it all edited and everything.
I want to watch it.
So I guess that was our episode.
Yeah, that was our season 4, episode 15 review discussion of Legacies. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Handon Weekly podcast content. Social media will be linked. You can check us out for future updates on Twitter and Instagram. YouTube will be linked for reactions that will be coming out within tomorrow, this week, for both of us. Until next time, guys. Oh yeah, and also, Renew Legacies trended again, and it was trending
And Landon.
6.
Yep.
Landon trended as well. And
And
Good job,
Landon
guys.
and Freya and Alaric.
I just hit my eye.
So, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.